See, anyone can do it. Start your journey on TV. It's in a little. Wow, that's weird. Pretty girls with the big dreams. No need to ask us why we single. We just. Hey y'all, it's your girl Aliya and welcome back to my channel. This episode is gonna be on how to become a background actress or an extra in a movie or a TV show. So if you're interested in it, if you really want to do something like this and you really just want the background info, pay attention because I'm gonna give you all of it. So I've had some success to get booked on a lot of different shows and an AT&T commercial. I was on shows like This Is Us, All American was a really big one for me, and quite a few other movies and shows. I was booked every day during that year that I was in LA. And a lot of people ask me, like, how do you become an extra? How do you become a background actress? And I was like, well, I'm gonna just make a video on it because it's not hard. And I would like to make this information available to everybody because I realized that a lot of people didn't know. And it was something that I wound up doing out of just random circumstance. I lost my job in LA and I was like, I need something to do. Somebody was like, hey, you could be an extra. And I was like, I didn't even know that was like something that was profitable in a sense. And so I went ahead and I signed up and I was getting booked like clockwork. Like, it was crazy. And so let's get into it. And I'm gonna just give you the real and the raw. So the first thing I would tell you to do is to sign up with Central Casting. It is a free casting agency. They cast extras. Sometimes they cast major roles. They're not gonna tell you that. But sometimes they'll, not major roles, but major like background roles. So like if you're playing a girlfriend of someone or like kind of a significant background person that's not gonna be brought on all the time, they'll cast you for that too. They get paid a little bit more and you'll be fast tracked to becoming a part of the union, which I'll talk about in a later video. But yeah, you want to sign up for Central Casting. Central Casting is only in New York, LA, Atlanta, Louisiana, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. And if you're living in those major hotspots, just go ahead and sign up. It is free. I think it's one of the only ones that I know that is free that will send you consistent bookings. A lot of my bookings were through them. So you definitely want to get signed up with them as soon as possible. And then I'm going to just talk to you about just the walkthrough of that whole process and what that looks like and just how easy it is to really become an extra. So the second step would be to attend an orientation. So Central Casting has these orientations where they bring in groups of people. I actually don't know what it looks like with COVID-19 right now, but when I went in LA, they will have us come to this orientation. We fill out the I-9 form. Someone will come and speak to us. One of the agents will come and speak to us, and the actual agents that will be booking you on roles. So you want to make sure you get to know who they are. And they'll tell you the rundown. They tell you they give you the I-9 paperwork. You bring your 2 forms of ID for the I-9 paperwork. And once you send that in, they'll have you kind of give your measurements. So make sure you know like your measurements, like your bust, your waist, your hips, what size pants you wear, what size shoes you wear, what size shirt you wear. Make sure you know all of those things so that when it's time to write that stuff down, you'll already have it in your head. I suggest that you take your measurements at home and then you write them in a notebook and then you bring that notebook with you. That's the best way to be prepared for something like that, along with your I-9 forms of ID, a pen, now that it's COVID, but a face mask, some hand sanitizer, all that. Make sure that you bring those things, and it'll help you just fast forward this process a whole lot better, because there'll be a lot of people, especially if it's COVID, if they're bringing people in during COVID-19, it's gonna be packed, and you gotta be 6 feet, so a lot of that space is gonna be taken up. So just make sure that you have those things so that you can, get through that process as easy and as quick as possible. Okay, so to be, I guess, when you're going to this orientation, make sure that you are wearing something that will look good. So if you know that you look younger, if somebody tells you, hey, you look younger, all the time, you look like a teenager, you're in your 20s or something like that, hey, you look like a teenager, you don't look your age, this and the other, you probably qualify for what they call 18 and look younger. So you'll see like the number 18 TLY beside it on a lot of bookings. So you look like a teenager, and they book older people that look young for those roles, so that they don't have to do the whole child labor law. They don't have to get involved with that. So if you do that, make sure you wear something that's more youthful looking, and you keep your makeup to a minimum, because they are going to take an initial photo for you to start getting bookings immediately. Matter of fact, you can get booked that day once you go to the orientation. If they send you a text, they'll start sending text messages out, and you can go on their website and you can look and see if there's something open, and you can go right ahead and you can book right after you walk out of there. So make sure that you take a picture and you look younger, or you know that you look like a doctor, or you look a lot more sophisticated, and you play one of the women in rodeo, like shopping, and that's your aesthetic, that's your look. You wear something like that, so that when you get your picture taken, you already play that part, you already look the part. So when Jesus. So when you go to get booked on a show, you already look the part. The casting agents are going to be like, yeah, great, we want her. Because they do run it through not only their own personal casting agents, but the casting agents that are with the production company that runs the show. So you definitely want to do that. There will be an opportunity to take more pictures, because you want to have like a bathing suit picture, a suit picture. If you have any like special like costumes, like a doctor costume, nurse outfit, anything like of that sort, you'll be able to take pictures for that later, and we'll get into that stuff later. And step number 3 will be apply to jobs. Simple. Like literally, once you're done with the orientation, you give them your measurements, you go in the back and you take your photo, you'll be ready to go. Once you walk out of there, you can book a show, and that's it. Easily, you're an extra. And they'll start texting you. They'll start posting on the website, and you want to make sure you're looking at the jobs consistently. Like I was scrolling through that website all the time. I actually had, and I'll talk about that a little bit later, but I would make it a bookmark on my phone, and I'll go through the steps of that, so that it looked like an app on my phone, and I just click it, and I'm scrolling all day, getting booked on shows for the week, and making sure that I have a check coming within the next 2 weeks from my job. So, yeah, it's that easy. Make sure that I'll actually put a link for Central Casting's website, their general website, so wherever you live. I'm sorry for everyone that doesn't live in these general areas. I don't know what to tell you. Actually, I do have something to tell you. I will tell you how to do things on your own. And we'll get to that, okay? Baby steps. So you'll be ready to go. If you live in these certain areas, you'll be ready to go to become an extra that quick, that easy. And in another video, we're going to talk about how to go a little bit further and make sure you're booked every day, and other agencies that actually cost money to book you, and what that looks like, if they're worth it, and things of that sort. See, anybody can do it. It's that easy. 3 simple steps. So subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned. I'll be talking about the pros and cons of being a background extra, what it's really like being on set, how to pack your on-set bag, what it looks like to prepare for your first gig, what it looks like walking up to the set for the first time. No one is going to be there to really give you, kind of hold your hand and walk you through. You kind of just have to move and figure it out. And that's what I did. So I just want to be a resource to you guys. So if you really want to see these videos and you really want to get to know it and you really want to show up on set, popping, fly, you on point and not looking like an amateur or green in the industry, so to say, you stay tuned. I have a whole series on this. Just thank you so much. I'm nervous. So thank you so much for watching this video. Like it, subscribe, comment, let me know how you like it, what you would like to see. I'm an open book. I don't really get my feelings hurt. So, boom.